What's up, guys? TheDevildogGamer here, and yes, it's that time again. Let's talk about some Escape from Tarkov problems, specifically this fucking piece of shit problem. So, a little backstory. Probably a couple patches ago, it was quite a while ago, players didn't have collision. So you could literally run through each other, your barrel of your gun could go through a person, and, whoever had the shortest gun won. So they decided to add player collisions in, so that way you couldn't run through people anymore, or hatchlings couldn't stand inside of you and beat the shit out of things. The only problem is, now you get this bullshit, where your gun goes up into a high ready whenever you're standing there right there with an enemy. Now, first of all, I don't know who the fuck would ever raise their gun up when they're face to face with an enemy. That's the most bullshit thing ever. You would literally just muzzle check the fuck out of that guy and just lay into their chest. Like, nobody's ever gonna raise a gun. But this keeps happening. It keeps, at least once a day, this happens to me. And if you notice right here in this image, because of the netcode, my gun's up, but his gun is straight and aiming and firing and hitting me. Why is that? Well, that's a combination of the netcode. Not only is it a combination of the collisions, but it's a combination of the netcode. Because I'm not really on his screen where I am on my screen. So he's shooting me, but I can't shoot him because of where I am with the whole netcode debacle and it being such a fucking delay. This is the bullshit that we deal with Tarkov, and this needs to change. It's just really lame. And there's actually a little more, I have a few more examples of this. So as you can see, my gun is up, his gun is down, and shooting at me at the position I was at, or I am at for his screen. This is a combination of netcode and poor design is basically what it is. Now, if you've seen what they did at the pistols will not go up, they will go back. You will bring the pistol back towards your body when you are contacting an object where you can't fully extend. That's a cool design. But how do you get away with doing that with a rifle? Well, the rifle's shouldered. So for it to go into a high ready like that, you're unshouldering the weapon and basically almost chicken winging it and bring it to a high ready. That's a terrible design. There's ways around it. You can chicken wing it to where it's kind of like almost a hip fire to where maybe you can't ADS. That would be something cool. To where you can bring it in under a chicken wing if you're up against somebody and you can't ADS, but you'll be able to hip fire until you can bring it back to the shoulder. That's a good way around this stupidity of bringing your weapon up when you're right there in front of somebody. Another way, treat the muzzle of a gun as a fucking object, as a wall. So if anybody were to walk into your weapon, that is now, a wall, an object, and now they can't walk through it. It stops them in their motion. You can't walk forward. I don't know why that wasn't done from the get-go. This is a poor design decision. It was a quick fix to everybody going through each other with the collisions, but now it's kind of to the point where it's like, okay, why am I raising my weapon when I'm point blank in front of an enemy? That shouldn't be happening. There's no game that you could ever find where you will walk into an enemy and your gun will go up. There's no game, because it doesn't happen. Nobody does this in real life. This is an annoying little problem. But they haven't fixed collisions totally. And the next clip I'm going to show you is a combination of the weapons going up plus walking through people. And it's kind of a clusterfuck. As you can see, this one was a clusterfuck, and it didn't help that my VSS was on single shot for some stupid reason. But as you can see right here, we are actually clipped inside of each other. We are inside. Not only is my weapon up, but I am clipped inside of his body, and I'm sure his weapon is up too. So the clipping hasn't really been fixed, but still, you couple that with the stupidity of raising up a weapon, and you get some really AIDS-y fucking firefights, which could be cool, really close-range stuff. This is pretty annoying, to be honest. Like, this needs to be... We're approaching open beta. Open beta is coming, and... like I say, first impressions are everything. Between the netcode issues and other issues, this is one that needs to get fixed before. You shouldn't be raising weapons up. The firefight shouldn't be you with a raised weapon while a guy's pointing his gun 90 degrees to you, hitting you because of the netcode. These are two things that go hand in hand, and they need to get fixed. Because it's just terrible. It's just terrible. And the next thing I'm going to show you, the next clip I'm going to show you, is a pure example of why the netcode is garbage, and it needs 100% attention. Now, this isn't some sort of rare occurrence. This happens a lot when you peek corners. Everybody talks about peeker's advantage. I really don't think there's a peeker's advantage as much as there is you have 5 seconds to kill a target, and 0.5 seconds, and that's it. But you're taking damage the entire time. By all accounts, they were firing when I peeked at the same time. But I didn't get the hits until I'd backed up a couple seconds later. This is the netcode delay that we deal with. And this is something that needs to be addressed just as much as raising your weapons. I like this game. I want to see this game succeed. I want to see this game be the best game it can. But it's frustrating because say a new player comes in and experiences that. I almost uninstalled this game because of that exact moment right there. There's literally a part of my stream where I go to the control panel and I'm thinking about uninstalling it because this is a normal occurrence when it comes to Tarkov. There are things that need to get fixed with this game because if you push it to an open beta and you bring more people in, not only will the netcode suffer more, but this is everyone's first impression that this game is just a pile of garbage and it's just a piece of shit. It can be a pile of garbage at times, but it can also be a fucking amazing game. But there are things that need to get sorted out. I'm all for one against no more content until everything's polished. Just because every time you add content, you add more issues, more bugs, more problems to take care of. And I would like to see them just work on polishing the turd. Just that's what I'm gonna say. Polish the turd. Get the turd nice and shiny. Make that sucker fucking reflect the sun for me, you know? Because, you know, and people are gonna say, but Devil Dog, people that fix bugs aren't the same that, you know, do models and coatings and stuff like that. That's true. But when you add stuff in, you know, it's like fixing one thing and breaking 3 more things. Let's get it to a point to where all the issues are sorted and it runs great and it works great, and then add stuff in to where there's less bugs and less problems and that are easier to find. Design decisions. No more raising weapons. Seriously, look into, if Battlestate's watching this, look into chicken winging it, making it so you can't aim down sight, so it's pretty much under your arm. It's almost like a hip fire. Your weapon's not shouldered. Your rifle's not shouldered. Instead of going up, please look into that. Or just make it a collidable object where people can't walk through your gun. People can't walk through a gun anyways. It's what are they doing? Fucking the limbo? You know, if somebody tried walking past your gun, they'd have to fucking limbo past it or duck under it. Make it a collidable object. I know it's probably a lot of work, but it will make everyone's quality of life 10 times better. Also, the netcode is an extremely, extremely big problem, and that needs to get worked on. I know they're working on it, but this is getting discouraging for everyone, I think. Everyone's getting a little tired of it. And I start seeing more and more people tell me they're not playing the game right now because they're waiting for everything to get fixed. So these are some things that I feel like need to get fixed and addressed because they're stupid as hell. And I want to see this game succeed. But anyways, guys, you tell me what you think. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.